Hello, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome back to Transport Fever! I certainly hope you're having a wonderful day, because I'm certainly excited to be back here in the great American plains, where this train right here is going to work. It is properly going to work. We are hauling decent numbers of people back and... Okay, we're hauling 14 people, never mind. We're hauling some sort of decent numbers of people back and forth. We've got 17 waiting here in Chicago. I do believe we are making a profit. It's not even the end of the year, and we're up to 131,000, 147,000, 154,000. Good Lord. We are making a profit, which is actually huge news, because last time I wasn't certain if we were going to get anywhere near making a profit. So what I'm thinking I'm going to do is I'm going to attempt to repay some of the loan. I can repay 500,000 of it, which will bring us down to 575,000 left here. The thing is, that's not gonna bring my total repayments down, at least not yet. The loan's gonna have to be significantly smaller before my repayments are, you know, not 150,000. So this guy here is carrying now 20 people, which is pretty good. That train line is making money, right? Like, everything is still making money, yeah. So the train line's making like 89,000, which is pretty good. This line here, the logs line, is making over 100,000 right now, which is ridiculously good. We actually have got some tools lying around in here as well, so if we really wanted to, we could absolutely go ahead and get another truck or two on that line, because the frequency is not very good for it. The frequency on these two is really good. 74 seconds is perfect and seems to be working really well for us. So I'm definitely thinking we could do more with that. We have so many planks over here as well. We could really up the production of this if we wanted to. What we could also try and do is maybe find somewhere else that the planks could go. I just don't know if I don't remember if anything else does actually use planks, though. I don't remember for the life of me. I think it is mostly a tools thing. Just looking around, I'm not really seeing anything that would use the planks, so I don't think we're going to get to use those for anything else. So I'm not going to worry about that too much, to be honest. I don't think that's going to be too much of an issue. I would really like to set up some other production lines. I've mentioned this a few times before. I'd really like to get something where we're maybe taking the iron from here and the coal from here, and we're turning those into steel. And that's actually, that steel mill right there is super close to this iron mine and this coal mine. We could easily, you know, bring a little road down here to connect those two up perfectly, and bring a little road this way to connect them up as well, so that we can get coal and we can get iron into the steel mill, turn it into steel, and then the steel can be turned into, I mean, it can be turned into machines, actually. We can totally turn it into machines. 2 planks and 1 bit of steel will make machines. So we could absolutely start doing that, which I think would be a really cool thing to do. We can also use the slag that gets produced from the steel making process, I think. Yeah, over here, to go ahead and make bricks, construction material, which is another thing we can deliver to Chicago as a consumable. So, I mean, that's kind of exciting. That train's currently carrying 23 people, which is beautiful news. Oh, we're up to 1.8. Oh, wow, we made some pretty good money there. Good Lord. And we got a Klondike. Okay, interesting. We got a Klondike. I don't want a boat, but we got one. Okay, well, I'm definitely thinking that we're in a spot here where we could get a pretty good production line going. We can use the steel to start making machines. We can take the machines to Chicago. We can use the slag from that. Oh, it could go right here. Oh, it would be right next door and then up to Chicago. So we'd be providing machines and tools and construction material to Chicago. So construction material and machines actually go to the industrial areas as well. Oh, that is tempting. Okay. let's first off see how much it would be to bring a road from here over to the iron mine there. We'll go with a small country road. I don't think we need a big one. And we'll sort of just go that way. So we'll bring it, so that's not what I want to do. Cancel that. We'll bring it sort of straight over that way. Curve it a little bit, sort of around that tree. $20,000 is, well, it's a lot of money, but this could absolutely work so well for us. So just bring this over. I'm actually going to sort of angle it that way a little bit. And then slightly along the train line. I don't want to get too close to the train line because eventually we are going to need to expand the train line. We're going to need to double up the tracks so we can get multiple trains on it. But we'll go ahead and do that right there. So that's a direct road from the steel mill to the iron mine, which is huge. But now what I want to do is very similar with the coal mine up here. So I want that road to sort of come out like that. Then immediately curve over this way. Obviously going to have to cross the train track, which is fine by me. So going straight across there, a nice straight road down. We'll angle it around that rock a little bit and over to there. So that links the iron and the coal to the steel mill. And then what we can do here is just, we could do a little road that comes off of here, but I don't know if we need to do that. I don't think we need to do that. I think we already have a connection done here. So we have the potential for a really, really good setup here. So let's get ourselves the truck station, because we really only need to take the... We only need to take the iron to really one location here. So I'm going to set it up, I think on that road, possibly. Yeah, it's a lot cheaper to put it on that road. So I'll put it there. And that'll be fine. And then we're going to need it to go to the steel mill. Now, the steel mill, I'm going to need to set up a pretty large one of these guys, the large truck station here, because there's going to be a lot of things coming out of this. What if we just unlocked the tank car? Interesting. Fair enough. 100,000 for this right here. I wonder... Oh, didn't mean to zoom out. I wonder if I was to rotate and put it over here, would it be any cheaper? Oh, yeah, it'd be a lot cheaper. I guess we'll do that then. We'll put it like there. So there we go. That's going to take the steel out of there. It's going to deal with deliveries coming in. It's going to take the slag out of there. Speaking of which, we're going to want to go ahead and get a little truck station just over here as well. So we'll just throw that into that spot and that'll be fine. And then we need one just up here by the coal mine as well. So that can go preferably somewhere where it's going to be a bit cheaper. Don't really want it to be exceptionally expensive. So, like that, I suppose. Alright. Okay, this makes me kind of excited. So what we need to do at this point is set up the lines. Now, T is truck, so what we'll do is say new line from there, which is going to be coal from Chicago to steel, I suppose. So, we say T, coal from Chicago to steel in Chicago, which is fine. So coal from Chicago to steel in Chicago. Then over here is going to be a similar story. That's going to be iron from Chicago. Oh, sorry, that's Elgin, technically. Okay. Well, if that's technically Elgin, that's fine. We'll class it as Elgin. So that is going to be another truck line, which is iron from Elgin to steel in Chicago, which is totally fine by me. So we have those two lines set up. We're going to be able to produce steel from that. What we then want to do is we'll set up the slag line first. So that's going to be slag from Chicago to... I'll say bricks. I'll refer to them as bricks. I think that'll work. So another truck line, which is slag from Chicago to brick in Chicago. And that's totally fine. So that's a couple of production lines set up there. But what we need to do is make sure we get the delivery points correct. So if we look at Chicago, we are going to be making bricks and machinery So we're going to need to make, and actually, yeah, we're making bricks and machinery, so we want to have a truck station, excuse me, in the industrial area, which is going to be there, sort of. There's a bit of it done here as well. I wonder what the radius is on this. If I was to put, say, a truck stop, well, I can click on this and find out. Yeah, so the radius of that covers those guys, doesn't cover anything over here. And what have we just unlocked? Ooh. Oh, we got the Mac as well. We've got a new passenger car for trains, and we've got an actual little bus, which is beautiful news. Oh, that's exciting. All right. Well, what I want to do is I want to get a truck station into a really good point around here so that the coverage of the industrial areas is going to be fantastic. It's just that, you know, I'm going to be potentially bulldozing a lot of things here. Like that right there is really good coverage. Yeah, that's really, really good coverage. This is way too expensive to delete right now. So what I'll do is I'm going to put that there and remove that building. And then I'm just going to do like a small little, well, I say small, I mean medium straight. Just like that. So that's going to have the same coverage, which is fine. So then what we want to do is we want to set up another line, which is going to be bricks from Chicago. So we want to do another truck line, which is brick from Chicago to Chicago itself, which is fine. But then what we also need to do is set up another line, which is going to go from here, which is going to get real confusing because we don't actually have the space for this technically. Oh boy. So we have two things coming in, one going out. We might technically need another truck stop. I wonder, hold on, let me remove all stations for a second. I just want to make sure that this runs efficiently. So if I just look at the lines, oh, hold on, what have I done there? What line have I just deleted? Oh, hold on. We already have two coming in and going, oh no, that should be fine. Yeah, that should be fine. Okay, let's give that a shot then. So that's going to be steel from Chicago going to, oh wow, over here. Over here, right. That's fine. So another truck line, which is steel from Chicago to machines in Salt Lake City, I think. Which is totally fine by me. And then we need another one, which is machines from Salt Lake City to Chicago proper. All right, so that's a lot of lines. So T, machines from Salt Lake City to Chicago. All right, that's a lot of lines. That's a lot of back and forth right there. But that should be good, man. That should be really good. How much money are we making recently? Not awful money, I'll be honest. It looks like we're starting to, we got some construction costs in there. Let me just pause for a quick second before any vehicles consider replacing. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to go to the Chicago loop and I want to make sure that replacement is set to the Mac, which is faster than the Stagecoach, carries 4 more passengers than the Stagecoach. So that's fine by me. It is more of a bus looking thing, so I'm not going to get it in yellow. It doesn't look like a taxi. I'm feeling like I want to start breaking out. Maybe the orange buses, maybe the blue buses. I'm feeling blue. I'm feeling that really, really light blue. So we'll do the same with all of the lines that we have. They're going to be the Mac in a light blue color for all of my bus lines. My trucks were recently replaced, which is totally fine. I am a little bit concerned with how expensive the Mac happens to be. But I'm feeling okay. I'm feeling like what I might do is force replace some of the vehicles early on some of my busier lines. That might be a way to do things so that we are in a situation where they're not all going to replace in or around the same year, which would save us some trouble. So if I've done all of them, I don't think I've done the Santa Rosa loop. No, I haven't. Okay, so we'll go ahead and throw that in there as well. Another all set to update. So some of my busiest lines would be anything here, really. So Chicago to Elgin is a very busy one. I think we'll go ahead and update that. That makes some pretty good money. So let me just... replace them all immediately. 500,000 to replace them. Go ahead and do it. So we'll get that done. That line's going to update immediately and hopefully make us some considerable cash. I actually see one of the buses already, which looks really, really interesting in blue. I love it. But that is huge news right there. That's a really big deal because it's a much, much faster vehicle. Assuming it can, yeah, it can do it 16 the whole way down there. So it's a much, much faster vehicle. And that should bring the frequency of the buses down a bit, which is a very good thing. Obviously, the frequency being lower means the buses are showing up more often, which means, you know, good stuff. So the frequency is still 100 seconds, but once they all get replaced, it should really come down quite nicely. The train at the moment is looking like it's losing money, which is really concerning me. There are actually 25 people waiting here in Chicago for a train. Train's currently carrying 17 people, and there are a few waiting back there, so I guess we'll see how that goes. Definitely curious. A couple more people coming in there. It's going to go up to 27 people in total, which is good. Definitely good. How much money are we looking for? However many that was. 168k. So 27 people are now on the train, which is great. That'll be some healthy money in a little bit. So yeah, there we go. Another train heading out. Another bus thing heading out there. We'll let it do its thing. Even with... I mean, we spent considerable cash on replacing vehicles last year, but I mean, we might be in the business of making some money this year, which would be really nice. Oh, the loan interest has actually come down to 142k, so I am going to repay another 500,000 there, so we can maybe bring that interest down a little bit further in the next year. Looking here as well, there's actually a decent number of people want on the Loop and a decent number of people want to go to Lafayette. Unfortunately, we don't actually have the means to afford any kind of bus upgrade at the moment. So we're going to have to wait on that one. But this fella here with his 27 passengers is going to be rocking up and making me some good cash in a moment. How much are we looking at here, Mr. Train? 245,000. Not bad at all. Oh, wow. There's actually a lot of tools set around in here. Okay. I'll tell you what I'm going to do then. I think we are going to get a few more trucks to carry tools back and forth. So we're going to need steam lorries, which is fine. So you guys are going to be set to do tools. I want to buy 2 of you and set you on the tools line, wherever it is. There it is. So there we go. 2 more little steam lorries going and doing their thing. Should be totally fine. We probably should start getting some vehicles to haul iron and coal. I might get 1 vehicle for each line just to begin with. So let me buy a road vehicle. Steam lorry. You're going to be doing iron ore. Oh, what have we just unlocked? Ooh. It's another train. Not bad. You're going to be doing iron ore. You're going to be sort of colored that way. And you are going to be set to the iron to steel line. We're then going to do one that does coal, which is down here. It's going to be sort of a dark gray color. We'll buy that. And we'll set it on the coal to steel line. So we're going to start producing that stuff, I think. Yeah, there we go. So we're immediately producing iron. We're not going to produce much of it because the line isn't going to be very efficient. But we should also start producing coal eventually. I believe. We should be. There we go. So now we're producing coal. Now we're producing iron. We're going to be in a spot where very soon we're going to start producing steel. At that point, I'll go ahead and get a vehicle to run the steel to the machines thing. And then we'll do, once that's happening, we'll do machines to Chicago. Once the steel's being produced as well, we can take slag down to here and then bricks up to here as well. So we're going to just get these lines started. We're not going to get them fully up and running, but we're going to get them started, and that's kind of the important thing here. So you're on your way to collect some iron. You're going the wrong way to collect the iron. Good start. Really, really solid start. So we did actually make money last year, which is beautiful news. How much is the loan interest at this point? 135. Okay. So basically, the less loan I have, the better this is going to go for me. I mean, that makes sense, really. That does just make sense. You're carrying 16 people. Is that train even making money anymore? It is, technically. These two lines here aren't going to make much because the frequency's terrible. The frequency on this is 87 seconds now, which is beautiful news. 75k is not anything to sniff at. So quite happy by that indeed. A lot of iron being produced and a lot of coal being produced there. This thing, I assume, has got some... Yeah, it's got some stored coal, which is fine. I assume, have iron on the way. Yeah, we do. All right. So how much did the little coal line actually make, if anything? So yeah, 4.5k. So yeah, I'd say we're, you know, once this starts getting produced, I'm basically going to put one vehicle in each line just to get them working, just to get them producing. And then as we get a bit more money, I'll add another vehicle to each line and we'll just build it up that way rather than trying to add a fleet of vehicles to each line in one go. I don't think that's going to be for the best. I don't think that'll be a very good idea at all. I am just really... Actually, you know what? We kind of have the money to... We kind of have the money to go ahead and add another vehicle or two. So what I'll do is we'll get another iron one going. So we'll get you going and we'll set you to the iron to steel line. We'll get another coal one going and we'll set you on your coal line, obviously. So that's the coal line. Then what we'll do is we'll do the steel one. So steel is there. You're going to carry steel. You're going to be a little white truck. Purchase that. And that's going to be the steel to machines line. But I think we can also probably get the slag trucks going as well. So slag's done here. We're going to make those sort of a dark red. And we'll set that on the slagged bricks. And what am I missing here? I guess we could, you know what? We could probably chuck out another, looking at the amount of, like, tools lying over here, we could probably get another couple of those going. But I think I'll hold off. I don't want to just completely overdo it. We do actually have some steel that has been produced, though, which is beautiful news. There's no slag currently, but steel nonetheless. So that is really good to see. I mean, these are done in 4 and 3 minutes, which is amazing stuff. Oh, 21 minutes on that line, though. That's going to be rough. 15 on that one as well. Yeah, those are going to be some rough lines right there. Let's just go ahead and delete line 1 as well. So yeah, currently we're not doing bricks to Chicago, and currently we're not doing machines to Chicago, but we should be alright with that. So you're coming into, you were delivering something. You're going to be delivering some more coal, which is fine by me. So there we go. That's going to deliver some coal. We've got some more steel being produced. We actually have quite a bit of steel lying around already. You're going to be taking steel to the machinery thing, which is fine by me. So you're loading up on steel. I assume you're a coal truck, which is fine. I assume the slag one's gone down here first, which is an interesting place to go. Oh, some of my buses are getting held up in traffic by the stagecoaches. That's kind of funny. Let me go ahead and repay more of my loan. Because we're getting pretty good with money. Like, money is definitely improving. Oh my god, there's so much coal. So much iron as well, good lord. I feel like I might save up a little bit and just go ahead and, like, you know, drastically increase my fleet of trucks. Because it really does look like we're in a spot to do that. It really, really does. What are you bringing in? You're bringing tools. You don't currently have anything, so that's an interesting... Oh, no, you brought them to there, didn't you? Okay. 17,000 per thing of tools. Uh-oh, we've got auto-replacing vehicles, don't we? No, we don't. Why did our money drop so drastic? Oh, it's January. Yeah, we did have new vehicles. We've had new vehicles every year for a little while here, so I might need to borrow some money if we keep having vehicles get replaced. I am a little bit concerned that that may become a thing, but I'm willing to just wait and hope for the best. Hopefully we're not going to have to worry too much about auto-replacing vehicles. Let's see. How many people are you currently carrying here? 8. Ooh, that train line is getting worse and worse. It is probably a frequency thing, to be honest. Oh my god. We've got, what, 37 for the loop? I feel like the Chicago loop really, really needs to be better than it currently is. There's a lot of people waiting to get around Chicago right now. Like, there's a lot of people waiting to get around Chicago. Are you even producing right now? So there's 12 potential, but none in there. Do we even have... Oh, there's some... Yeah, there we go. So that's going to start bringing some slag down that way. That's fine. Okay. Yeah, I'm feeling pretty good about this whole setup. I don't know if it's making much money. Actually, they are. They're not doing terribly. Which is really good stuff. So I think what I might do is get a couple more in the steel line. We have the money. So let's get 2 of these guys. Steel, white. I'm going to buy 2 of them. And I want to set those on the steel line. And the reason I bought 2 of them was to bring the time down considerably. It's still 6 minutes, which is still a lot of time, but we should be all right. At this point, I think we need to bring the... We're probably making machinery. We're probably also making bricks. Yeah, no, we're not actually. Interesting. That's very interesting, actually. Details... Apparently there is some stored. I guess it's just not putting it out here because there's nowhere to put it. I don't know. I'm not quite sure what's up with that. We should also be producing bricks. It says there's 6 stored, so I guess... Let's get these lines set up then. We'll get a couple of vehicles for it. So it's machinery and bricks that we want to bring into Chicago. So go to here, buy some road vehicles. We want the steam lorry. And we want machinery. Which can be... I don't know, like a dark blue. What have we just unlocked? Oh, the gondola, that's fine. So machines. And we'll set you on the machinery to Chicago line. And we want construction materials, which can be sort of a nice red color. Buy one of those and set you on the bricks to Chicago line. So we should start seeing, I think, if this works right, we should start seeing some machinery. There we go. So there's the machinery coming out. Then over this way, we should see the bricks come out eventually. I believe. We might need more slag here before it'll do that, so we'll see what happens, but we should be... There we go. So there's some bricks as well. Right. So we, at this point, have a few more completed production lines, is what that tells me. Because we're turning coal and iron into steel. The steel is getting turned into machines, and probably tools as well. The leftover slag from the steel is getting turned into construction materials, and then the machines and the construction materials are the final product going to Chicago to be consumed. So that's a couple more production lines right there, which is pretty cool. So we should see eventually construction material and machines start to be consumed in Chicago. What's more, the number of people using our public transportation lines in Chicago is increasing as well, which is huge news. I think I would like to go directly to the Chicago loop and get that upgraded, though. I think it's time that we force replace that. So we'll get that done so that the Chicago loop is going to start working a bit better. I'm pretty sure I've just left those in yellow as well. Or probably default color, actually. Oh, look at that. There's a prop. Someone's just got a little car. Oh, I love that they've started driving cars. Yeah, so the Chicago... Actually, no, the Chicago loop probably is in blue. Now that I think about it. Which is totally fine by me. I mean, we can pick up 9 people per bus at this point, which is amazing stuff. That's exactly what I want to see. So yeah, Chicago's growing really nicely. We are making money. We're doing our thing, getting bricks. There's some bricks on the way to Chicago. We probably have some machines on the way to Chicago as well. We got these guys coming in. What are you guys picking up? Picking up some tools. Yeah, we could really do with more vehicles doing the tool line as well. Same with the iron and coal and the planks and the logs. Like everything could be upgraded right now, but I really want to put a focus and dropping this loan right down so that we can just make more and more money every year because we're paying less and less on the loans. The big concern really is that we are spending a lot on replacing vehicles. That's my biggest worry, is that we end up spending obscene amounts of money replacing some vehicles and we go broke. Like, we are very, very low on money right now. And I mean, even last year we spent 330 on new vehicles. We still made $306,000. I'm just really, really concerned. That's all. I don't want the game to be like, hey, we're going to replace the train. That's going to be $2 million because we don't have $2 million. We could take a loan for it. We can absolutely take out a loan for $2 million, but yeah, I don't want to do that, basically. I really don't want to do that. So hopefully this thing's carrying a lot. Yeah, 22 people will bring our money up considerably. There's 22 waiting here to go back as well. So there's 218k right off the bat. Yeah, we've got a lot more buses roaming around and stuff like that, so I'm feeling pretty good. I'm feeling like we're going to be okay. I hope. I really, really hope. A lot of steel lying around. I really want to upgrade all these lines. It just really is a case of, you know, hanging on and waiting to make sure that we don't go bankrupt. So ladies and gentlemen, what I think I'm going to go ahead and do is actually leave it there for today. I'd say we've made a pretty good few decisions here with a couple more production lines. We are making money. We are making a profit. Last year, $330,000 was spent on vehicles and we still made $306K. We're halfway through the year. We're looking at about $158,000, $173,000 in profit. And that's only going to go up. So here's hoping that by, say, 1915, we might be out of debt in terms of the loan repayments. That's just, that really is just a guess. I don't know if we will be, but I can hope. 200,000 right there, and the thing is almost full. One shy of being full right there. That's not bad though, is it? That is really not bad. All right, well, like I said, gonna leave it there for today, ladies and gentlemen. As always, it has been an absolute pleasure. Thank you kindly for watching, and as always, I'll see you next time. Bye-bye!